quickly go over this. I don't want this to drag on for too long. Um, okay, our first theorem that has to do with segments of chords and secants and tangents. Here we go. It says if two chords intersect in a circle, then the products of their measures of the segments of the chords are equal. Okay, I'm warning you right now, the theorems in the section are all a mouthful, as you can see by my stuttering and slurring. So all this is saying is that if we take, here we got two chords that intersect in the circle, notice that point's in the circle. If we take this piece of, we'll call this the first chord, that's 3, and we multiply it times this piece of that chord, it will equal this piece of the second chord times this piece of the second chord. Okay? So, knowing that, now we can just multiply these together and solve. So we get 24 equals 6x. Divide both sides by 6. So x must equal 4. Bam. So just as a heads up for everybody at home, this is the first problem on 9-7 study guide. Okay, so that's part of your homework tonight. So you got that first one done. Let's look at the second theorem. Second theorem says if two secants intersect outside a circle, then the products of their external secant segment and the whole secant segment are equal. So just as a refresher, you want to remember that secant intersects a circle at 2 points. So if we call this, we'll call this secant A. So it intersects at the circle at 2 points. Secant B intersects the circle at 2 points. Okay, so we're just verifying that these are secants. So now, let's figure out what this is saying. So the products of their external secant. So the external secant is from the point that they are intersecting at outside of the circle. Okay, so just notice they have to intersect outside the circle. So this is considered the external secant. Okay, so what we're going to do is take that measure, which in this case, since these two are congruent, this has got to be 8. Okay, so 8 times the entire length of this secant segment. So this whole thing, which is going to be 8 plus 8. So the whole length of segment A has got to be 16. So if we multiply those two together, it's got to equal the products of the other two. Okay, so this external secant here is 6. And we're going to multiply that times the entire secant segment, which we have 2x plus 6. So you want to be careful when you're writing these. 2x plus 6. And now it's just a matter of solving this. So 8 times 16, we got 128. We're going to distribute this guy. We got 12x plus 36. Subtract 36. So what do we have? 92 equals 12x. And then divide both sides by 12. And we get x is equal to, what's this give you? I guess we could simplify this. Boy, what do we got? 92 and 12, huh? I guess we could go by our trusty 2's. So we got 6 and 46, and then we got 3 and 23. So I guess we could say 23 thirds. I'm sure your answer sheet does not give you 23 thirds. Probably gives you something closer to 7 and 2/3 or 7.6 repeating. Gonna guess based on the answers that they usually give you, something like this. Okay, so that's theorem 2. Okay, now to liven things up a bit, I'm going to tell you the story of my bike trip, which I biked from Seattle, Washington, up into Canada, and then down to Mexico. So You guys can sort of picture the country, right? I'm going to draw a small picture of the country here. Looks kind of like this. Hey, it's America. Okay, so I flew into Seattle here. I biked up into Canada and then down the coast to Mexico, in which case I stopped right at the border. Um, so I'm going to upload a picture on every single video. So this right here is the bike shop in Seattle, which um, I brought my bike to when I got off the plane. My bike was all in pieces, and they put it together for me. Um, Here I am. I don't know what I'm doing right here. I'm reading. I don't know, putting something together. Who knows? But my brother-in-law was the one that took the picture, and you can see that he put some yellow filter on here. Um, this is my bike trailer right here. Trailer. Um, Actually, this is my brother-in-law's trailer. We each had a trailer. This is his flag. I lost my flag somewhere along the way. And this is our gear sort of all over the place. Um, so this is when we were first getting started. So perhaps tomorrow or whatever next video I post up here, I will put another picture up here. So let's get back to our math now. We got one more theorem to go. Okay, so we got theorem 3. It says if a tangent and a secant intersect outside of a circle, then the tangent squared is equal to the external secant times the whole secant. So this is number 3 from study guide of 9-7. So this bottom segment right here, this is our tangent. Okay, so we got an external point and it's touching the circle at exactly 1 point. This other segment is our secant. Is our secant. And let's put this piece together. So it says the square of our tangent, so 7.3 squared, is equal to the external secant, which is 5.2, times the whole secant. So that's x plus 5.2. Hey, now we got to solve this. So we have 7.3 squared. No idea. Let's take out a calculator. 7.3 squared. 53.29. Sounds great. 53.29 equals, distribute this, so we got 5.2x plus 5.2 times 5.2. I should be able to do this, but I'm on video and I'm under pressure. 5.2 squared, 27.04. Okay, so now we could just, trying to get x alone, so we're going to subtract this on each side, minus 27.04. So 5, 2, carry 6, 26.25. And now just divide both sides by 5.2. And since I'm not going to know this, 26.25. Oh boy. Clear. There we go. 26.25 divided by 5.2 equals. All right. Where'd that go? Where'd that go? I know you're on here somewhere. There we go. 5.05. We'll round that. 5.05. And hopefully that matches your answers. Well, I don't know. Your answers for the first 3 on here. So hopefully this matches. We'll find out tomorrow. Okay, that's all she wrote. You guys should have enough information